What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. On my way into the office in downtown Detroit, it was a pretty interesting night, interesting live stream in which I gave a lot of information and a lot of game. And then one woman actually DM'd me last night. I didn't see it until this morning. And she was, I guess, perplexed a little bit because she said that it hit her a certain type of way. And without going too much into the details, because, I don't like to explain people's personal situations, but the responses that you guys give to what it is that I put out there is the inspiration behind what it is that I create every day, right? But to make a long story short, one of the reasons why people are perplexed, or women specifically are perplexed, is because based off of the information that I give, or how I break down the lifestyle of so many different guys that are in a certain tax bracket, and what's required in order for them to be able to exist, or them continuing to be on their purpose. So for example, one of the things that I communicated last night was what it takes in order to be successful, right? And it's this myth that when you get more money, what it does is create more time for you. It does, but it creates more time for you to continue to do the things that add value into your life, which is ultimately the thing that benefits the people that surround you, right? Sorry for it being so dark. It was raining like crazy last night. And it ain't no sun. It's just super cloudy this morning. But, it's about to be fall, and that's what goes with it. But it's a certain lifestyle that comes along with it, or benefit that comes along with it financially and things like that. But also, you got to take the good with the bad. And the bad might be he ain't got no time for you. Or you might let him, you know what I'm saying? You might have to let him be what it is that he need to be, or the value that you add is, you have to be in a supportive role. But that supportive role may be that you have to level up along with him. And it may be a lot of people around him, and he don't have the availability for you, and he got to pour into everybody else because that's his purpose. And no man, especially a great man, should ever be fumbling the bag or be spending an extraordinary amount of time trying to please a woman that's next to him. Instead, her role is to please him because she is inherently a helpmeet. And no great man is focusing any of his time or a majority of his time on his woman or the people that's under him. They just the beneficiaries, but he got to spend all of his time grinding and hustling and being great and practicing and being gone and selling and traveling and taking care of business. He ain't got no time for you, And so a lot of women don't really realize what comes along with this lifestyle, or what comes along with being with a certain type of man that they keep asking for, but they've never, ever, ever really considered whether or not they built for it, right? A lot of guys don't really take into consideration the fact that the person that they dating today, and based off of their current circumstances, which is one of the biggest mistakes that guys make, shouldn't be the determining factor for whether or not you marry her. She not ready for where it is that you going. And women often at times say that they dating men, or they want to date men based off of an already finished product. Then you probably don't qualify. You seriously don't qualify. They keep saying that they don't want to date potential, but what I keep telling men is that where your ceiling is not based off of where it is that you're looking at women today. So you shouldn't be with her anyway, because she's not going to be the type of woman that you need to be with for where you going. You see what I'm saying? And so guys, a lot of times they got it messed up, and women don't realize that they're looking at a king, and they'll pass up on a king, or they'll pray for a king, but they really not a princess and a queen in the making. You know what I'm saying? And so, they don't understand what it takes in order to be a successful wife. Most people don't understand what it takes in order to vet for a wife. The thing that they're looking for really is a partner to help them with some bills, and that's not necessarily a husband or wife. I ain't never seen partner in the Bible, personally. That's just based off of my belief. And so that's why a lot of people, men and women, but especially women, in a lot of instances are perplexed, right? They conflicted now, because what they say that they want, they not necessarily prepared for. Let's just take a regular profession. Let's not take a business owner or anything like that. If you work with a person that's a surgeon, right, and they make an egregious amount of money, you do realize the amount of hours that he has to spend inside of the hospital or around nurses, and his profession, and what's required of him is for him to be on his A game all the time, because he can't mess up. You know what I'm saying? Every day he has someone's life in his hands. and the determining factor of whether or not they're going to live or die, or whether they're going to be paralyzed or they're going to be fixed. And he has to be very, very, very focused on a regular basis. Don't you realize that, you know, a successful business owner, there's basically an economy around him, and that everybody's success around him, all of the people that work for him, all of the people that depend on him in order for them to eat, he got to be on his A game 100% of the time, because the minute that he mess up, everybody else is going to suffer as a result of it, not just him. And the burden and the shoulders of responsibility is great. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that comes with it. Can you network effectively? And so many people is looking at their partner and they saying, well, I want this, or you're not meeting this need. And that's because they not coming into the situation whole in the first place. And they think that money is going to fix their problems, or a lifestyle is going to fix their problems. It's not. It's just going to cover it up and make it exponentially worse, because you never worked on you when you so busy focused on him or focused on them in order to continue to fix you and complete you. And that's not what it is. That's not the move. That's not going to play out the way that you think it's going to play out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that people need to really take inventory of who they are, where they're going, and who it is that they probably should be with. Most people, especially these women that has these outsized expectations, even the ones that say that they make a decent amount of money and they make six figures, first of all, to a dude that's really getting it, that ain't no money like that. You know what I'm saying? But secondly, they probably need to get with a regular person, and they don't realize that they're a regular person. And so you keep thinking that you deserve something that you're not ready for, and it's actually going to ruin your life, because it's going to show you who you are. It's going to show you that you're not really ready for the thing that you think you're ready for, and it's going to be a curse instead of a blessing if God was to give it to you before your time, or without you truly being ready for something like that. You are who you attract, and if the only type of people that you're around all the time is dusty people, then the chances are you exhibit or showcase dusty behavior, and you just wishing you're not necessarily prepared, or you're not in a position to really receive what it is that you think that you want. So we got to have realistic expectations. Regular people deserve regular people, and it's a strong possibility that you a regular chick, you a basic chick, and you already reached your ceiling. You know, it's amazing to me that somebody that's on the downslope a lot of times, you got women that's 30 and 40 years old, and not saying that you don't have anything left to give, but you've given the best of yourself to people that didn't even value you in the first place, and now some great guy is supposed to come along and save you. For what? Man, y'all got the game messed up. Listen, maybe I'm off, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong, and I'm curious as to what you guys think. Let me know in the comments if you think that I'm off, or let me know in the comments whether or not you agree with 100%, 80%, 50% of what I'm saying, and then give me the clarification if I'm off. I think that I'm definitely on. However, I'm open to the possibility that you guys see it differently. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. On top of that, get that Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. That link is in the description. All of the traffic lights is out. It was a crazy storm last night. But yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.